How are we, you beautiful, beautiful people? You are very welcome along to this evening's Anfield Agenda Transfer News Roundup. We will be back tonight at 11:30 p.m. to start our watch-along of Liverpool's pre-season game against Arsenal. So I hope you guys can stick that in your diary and join us for the show. We're going to be taking you right throughout the game, as always. We won't have a late night agenda tonight. This video is going to be replacing that, but we will be live for the game. Also, my friends, as you know, this week we are now closing in. We are 2 days away from the Anfield Agenda live show at the Richard Burton Theatre in Cardiff, and 4 days away from the show at the Hot Water Comedy Club in Liverpool. If you would like to come along, you can get your tickets priced at just £15 in the description of this video. In Liverpool, we're going to be joined on stage by Mr. Carl Porter, comedian extraordinaire, and David Lynch, everybody's favourite Liverpool journalist. We're also going to be joined on stage in Cardiff by Mr. Chris Stonage. You'll have myself and you'll have Connor there as well, and we do appreciate all of your support. So, hope to see you there. And I said it is an all ages event, both of them, so everybody's welcome to come along. I'm going to get stuck into it because there's loads to get through. Let's start off with a promise, shall we? And not one from me, but one from Sky Sports. They say, or one of their reporters have said, Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes are looking to attack the market at some stage. I can guarantee you that Liverpool will sign players this summer. That is the start of hopefully a very good month, because, well, August starts tomorrow, and that's the month that we've been hoping that we're going to see these transfers happen. Now, in this video, we're going to be mainly talking about Joe Gomez and Anthony Gordon. Joe Gomez potentially leaving, whether part of an Anthony Gordon deal or not, we'll try to figure that out. So, Liverpool are planning on signing a defensive midfielder before the transfer window closes, is another report from Sports Pete O. We just don't know who yet. We've seen the links to Ederson. We're going to try and explain to you what Arne Slot is looking for in a midfielder over the course of this video. Before we get stuck into the Anthony Gordon, the Joe Gomez stuff, a little bit on Caoimhín Kelleher. James Pearce reported to say Caoimhín Kelleher is desperate to become a number one after a long stint as Alisson's deputy. However, there have been no bids for the Ireland international, who was valued at around £25 million. I'm astonished, quite frankly, that nobody has dipped their toe in the transfer market to try and bring in Caoimhín Kelleher. I mean, I'm genuinely baffled. 25 million to me seems like a bargain. So selfishly, as a Liverpool fan, obviously I hope Caoimhín stays, but I've always understood if he wants to go and establish himself, he can do that too. But Liverpool, of course, need to get numbers that they're happy with. Now, let's go into a story that started to develop yesterday around Anthony Gordon. And I've been telling you guys for 6 or 8 weeks now, the Anthony Gordon stuff isn't over, and this just proves my point a little bit. And Newcastle offered to buy Joe Gomez for £45 million, with Anthony Gordon going the other way. Medicals were scheduled to take place in Leipzig, but Newcastle found other options and the move fell through. That's according to Simon Jones of the Mail. And we did play a game the other day, I told you, where Connor and I were trying to figure out who would Newcastle be interested in. We knew, of course, their interest in Jarell Quansah, but we also knew Liverpool were not going to part with an up-and-coming young centre-back. We kind of touted Joe Gomez as a guess, and it was a guess, and it seems as if Newcastle's interest is there. But regardless of whether any potential deal for Anthony Gordon involves Joe Gomez, there is reports that say Joe Gomez is open to leaving Liverpool Football Club this summer. This worries me a little bit because I love Joe. I love his versatility. I love that he can play in either full-back role, fill in a centre-back. So if we lose Joe, you'd hope that any defenders we bring in are going to have that ability to play right across the back line. I suppose that's a conversation for a different day, and I don't see a world where Liverpool would sell Joe Gomez without knowing that we're going to have defensive reinforcements coming in. But I guess the question I'd like to ask the chat, if you guys want to let me know in the comments, is how much is Joe Gomez worth? I mean, 45 million, which was the fee that they've agreed upon, that sounds fair to me. For somebody who is an England international, somebody who has won it all at Liverpool, been at the football club since he was 18, the wealth of experience he has, I think that sounds about right. Somewhere between 40 and 50 million pound. He's homegrown. I think that's a fair price. So let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section. So, another one, this one coming from Ian Doyle of the Echo, said Liverpool maintained a strong interest in Anthony Gordon, particularly with Mohamed Salah having entered the final year of his current deal and doubts over the long-term future of Luis Diaz. I'm still confused about the Diaz situation, in all honesty. We've all had an idea in our minds, you guys watching, myself and every other Liverpool fan on the planet, that if Barca came in, maybe we had this issue with Diaz. But Barca look like they can't afford Nico Williams, so I don't think they're going to get to the number for Diaz. I've not been made aware of anything from Paris Saint-Germain and their interest, so I don't know if this is the club are trying to tout interest, or if maybe behind the scenes Lucho is trying to angle for a move away. But I've no indication that that's imminent, or that anyone's willing to pay the 70 to 75 million pound that Liverpool would require. So the Anthony Gordon stuff always made sense to me. The question that lots of people have is, hang on, if he's going to replace Mo longer term, what are we going to do? We'll have 3 left-sided players then. I guess somebody's going to shift to the right, whether Dominic Szoboszlai, perhaps in Arne Slot's system, moves to the right-hand side. But the variation we would have across the front line if we had Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota, Lucho, Cody Gakpo, Salah for this season, and then Anthony Gordon. I mean, that is an attack I think that will give us plenty of goals and plenty of action. But it still doesn't solve the 2 other positions, right? The ones that we know that we need. And that's defensive midfielder and centre-back. So on Joe Gomez, Ian Doyle has also said that interest in Joe Gomez is understood to be growing, so there won't be any shortage of potential clubs that want to sign him. Liverpool agreed in principle to a £45 million deal again, like we reported on earlier on, Ian Doyle confirming that one. Paul Gorst of the Echo has said that Anthony Gordon is still keen to join Liverpool, and it's been claimed that the winger is far from dead in the water of the deal. Like, there is legs to this, and that's the one thing that I've said to everybody over the past few weeks. I can understand people maybe not agreeing with it or thinking that there are better options, but I can only report what we know to be the case, and we've always been given the nod that, you know, there's an admiration for Gordon there, and that wouldn't necessarily go away anytime soon. With the contract situation he has at Newcastle as well, it all kind of plays into each other. So for me, I still think there's legs in this one. Here's something though that is very interesting and came out from the Mail as well. As well as Anthony Gordon, Newcastle also approached Liverpool in the early weeks of June to see if they had any interest in buying, are you ready? Alexander Isak for PSR purposes. Now, I don't know if Liverpool answered with a yes, we would have an interest, or no, we don't have an interest, but I would educatedly guess that some of you guys right now are already typing in that you would prefer Alexander Isak to come in. And again, I can appreciate it, but I've nothing to say that that was something that Liverpool were up for or not up for. It's just a report coming out of the Mail, so please do let me know your thoughts on it. A little bit from the Mail on Crystal Palace's Mark Gay as well. They say that Liverpool have looked at Mark Gay, but no move is planned for the Crystal Palace defender. That's from Simon Jones. This just in as well from Ian Doyle said, there's a sense Liverpool's interest in Gordon and Newcastle's private acceptance that the winger wants to go to Anfield isn't going to dissipate anytime soon. So they know he wants Anfield. We like him. Looks like this one could happen, folks. It might go down to the wire, or it might be kicked down the line to another transfer window, but it isn't over. As I've said, Anthony Gordon, by all accounts, I'd be shocked if he doesn't end up as a Liverpool player. Now, to finish up the video, a little bit on the type of midfielder maybe that Arne Slot is looking to bring in. Ian Doyle reporting to say Arne Slot is thought to prefer a more technical number 6, and one who can also prosper playing in a double pivot role. A little bit of Manchester City as well. Manchester City have been fined over £2 million by the Premier League for breaching rules relating to kick-off and restarting after half-time of matches. It isn't to say that that's the end of the situation. This was just relating to, I think it was 22 or 12 charges, something like that. But they've been fined £2 million for that anyway. So the rest of it we'll get to figure out in November, whenever those hearings are due to take place. So, my friends, to recap, Anthony Gordon, keep an eye on this situation. Joe Gomez may be going out, keep an eye on that situation. But the real question I have is, who's going to be the centre half? Who's going to be the one Liverpool look to? And who's going to be that central midfielder? Joey Veerman, we've seen his name mentioned a lot this week. João Neves has now completed his move from Benfica to Paris Saint-Germain, with Renato Sanchez going the other way, I think on loan as part of that deal. They got it done for about €70 million all in, so a long way from the €120 million the Premier League clubs were being quoted. They wanted his full release clause. There you go. So keep an eye on this situation. It does look like things are starting to click into gear, and we'll be together as the month of August starts, because we are starting our stream tonight at 11:30. We'll go through all the transfer stuff in far more detail as well. I do apologise we can't do a live stream tonight. There's some technical reasons why I can't do a late night agenda. I don't need to bore you with them, but we will be back tonight at 11:30, and then that's the last live stream we're going to have until probably Monday or Tuesday, because we are heading to the UK tomorrow to do those 2 live shows in Cardiff and Liverpool. All the shows include a meet and greet and stuff afterwards as well. We cannot wait to get over and catch up with you all in the UK. Hope to see you at the shows. If I don't see you there, then I certainly hope to see you tonight at 11:30 for the biggest game of pre-season so far, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys, of course. So, talk to you then. Thank you for watching. Drop a like on the video, hit the subscribe button, and of course, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Much love, my friends. Bye-bye.